taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? It's LB Lauderdale Boss, aka Shuttle Up the Guy, the GOAT artist. You know what I mean? RingGangRadio.com in the building. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what it do? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxing in the building, bringing that Bodega banter to Ring Bang Radio. And unfortunately, I have, some sad news to say today. And unfortunately, the Bodega has been robbed, by some fucking Irishmen. The Irishmen robbed the Bodega.
Damn.
Fuck out of here.
Oh,
Fuck
damn.
yeah.
Damn, man, the Irish rock. Yeah, I saw the footage, man. They was wilding out in the streets. They were singing all types of Irish songs and hymns and shit. And they was running wild in the New York streets, bro. I was like, I hope he's holding down the Bodega and shit. God damn. Oh man, yeah, they were wilding out, man. I mean, it was a hell of a night. And truthfully, I don't even blame them. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't know, man. Fuck all that. I blame all shit. That's like the Irish should be couldn't celebrate that Katie Taylor victory. I mean that Canelo Taylor victory.
Canelo Taylor victory.
That motherfucker can't lose a decision to save my life, to save boxing life. Like motherfuckers just give every close fight benefit of doubt. Never fails. Like. But Serrano knew this. She should have knocked this broad out.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of. I mean, obviously, there's a lot to take from this weekend. But one thing for sure, before we go into those fights, that Eddie Hearn fucking won last night. Like he finally got his Joshua versus Ruiz 1 version 2.0 last night for his event. Like, I mean, we all know Eddie had been trying to make some sort of mark in America. And for the most part, I mean, he hasn't. I mean, although he has put on some good cards in America here and there, not consistently.
Definitely not consistently.
Yeah, definitely not.
Because here and there is a motherfucker, and the thing is, it's not strategic because it's like hit or miss, and like cards that should be like stacked, they're not stacked. Man. Like. It's like for some reason, like he got this one right all the way through.
Yeah, all the way through. Like everything about this card was hitting. It's trending. Like I mean, the eyes on him.
The venue, he didn't have no bullshit of making arena for 2 weeks on the island type shit. He didn't, and he ain't. And honestly, his best cards always have Jake Paul on them or involved somehow.
I mean, in this particular case, I mean, I've actually been to two where, I mean, the one in New Hampshire was on point too, and that Jake Paul was nowhere on that fucking card.
He was on the one I went to, and that's literally one of the stacked fucking the zone cards you'll find. I mean, Serrano was on that card. Like
she was.
Ammo was on that card. Like.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the shit at everybody. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, so, but I'm glad he finally got his I guess his revenge.
Yeah, because I mean now obviously although he has a cock in America, he's clearly probably the top women's boxing promoter in today. Like I mean
we've been through that though. Like.
But I think it's now really solidified. I mean, Top Rank and Golden Boy, they have their women fighters, and PBC is really far behind. Like, and this is one of the rare things that no one wants to talk about. But PBC is a very noticeable con for them. Not really invested in women's boxing, but I mean I think that's mostly Al's thing.
Well,
whatever.
I will say this though. I think the difference between you mentioned Golden Boy and Top Rank. Unfortunately. And this feeling has been, echoed other places. For example, Top Rank. Top Rank isn't really in the business of women's boxing. they're in the business of Michaela Mayer. They push Michaela Mayer, and that's it. Same thing with Golden Boy. Golden Boy is in the business of Sinisha Estrada, and that's it. In fact,
Sparza, yeah.
But I'm saying there's a reason why Superbad has been complaining about Golden Boy and how they've been, moving in regards to her career. She's been kind of speaking up about it. She's not happy with it.
Yeah, she has been talking kind of slick here and there, but
Eddie Hearn's
mad exciting. But all these dudes, they just invest in like one or two fighters. They're not into the whole. They're not playing the long games. I see what you're saying.
Hearn is in the business of women's boxing. Like, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why it doesn't matter. Every American women's fighter there is they're on Twitter talking about Eddie. Look at me. They tag him and everything. I know this. We follow a whole bunch of them, a bunch of women fighters. They're all Eddie, do this. I mean, even Clarissa Shields, like Eddie. You gotta pay like $500,000, this, that, and the third. And Clarissa Shields it was someone who actually had a Showtime deal and shit like that. So it's kind of crazy.
They see it work. They see like all the great fights that women boxers been putting on lately. They seen people come up. They seen people lose. They seen people come up, lose, and come up again. So
right,
you seen this within the last 5 years, and now it kind of reaches its peak.
Yeah,
you kind of want to keep it going. So.
Yeah, of course.
I get it.
Yeah,
there should be another player though. I feel like there's gonna become a time where Eddie's gonna need competition because Golden Boy and Top Rank ain't gonna give him that.
Yeah, I mean, Bob's. I mean, who knows? Bob's might actually sign a second fighter or whatever. I mean, someone might come into the existence. But yeah, I mean, right now it's like the only other person might be like Frank Warren or some shit like that, or whoever. That Savannah Marshall is signed to.
Yeah, I mean, all these people, it's like King P said, like all these dudes, they got pieces of the puzzle. Like some of them have real good pieces, some of them have some mid pieces, some of them have several pieces. But Eddie has several pieces, and he got the board too. Like he's the nigga in the neighborhood who, when the PS2 first came out, his parents got it for him, whatever. He got it. He got 2 controllers, and he got like 5 games. Everybody else, when they got their shit, they got that shit like 1 controller, maybe 1 game. Like nigga, you had the demo CD, like. so everybody brought their 1 controller to dude house at the end of the block because he had he had everything.
Right.
And that's what Eddie's bringing he's bringing the chessboard, the king, queen, pawns, pieces, everything. Like everybody else is just bringing bits and parts, which is cool because y'all help the overall sport, but y'all not helping. Y'all not doing it like how Eddie.
Yeah, no, Eddie showed last night. Like, I mean, women's boxing is here. Like, I mean, it finally got this. It got its first super fight, and the super fight turned out to be a fucking fight of the year candidate.
Yeah, and yo, for the record, I mean, none of us do this shit, but like the people out there, like Twitter and everybody and commentators, like let's stop with this whole. It was a female fight of the year, or that's a women's fight of the year, or it beat up the like. Look, a fight of the year is a fight of the year. I don't care if it's 2 fucking chickens fighting, nigga. I don't care if it's 2 women, 2 crackheads, 2 dudes. A great fight is a great fight. So I understand y'all could have y'all different pound for pound lists and shit, but fight of the year, nah. There's only one fight of the year list. There's no fucking men's fight of the year and women's fight of the year list. No.
Facts.
That's all together. So because there's people who say it. I've seen it on Twitter, but nah, we don't condone that shit. No, it's a fight of the year. Period. Not no. It's a women's fight of the year. Like get the fuck out of here.
No, I mean they women and men both box. Like it's all under one fucking sport. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I know they don't have the full 3 minutes, but if they put 3 minutes worth of hands into 2 minutes, like I'll allow it.
Facts. and there was definitely some of that. I mean, just to run through, from the undercard before we get into the main event, though. I mean, the prelims of what they were, but the only thing really that was kind of noteworthy was was Ammo Williams, and Cordell Booker. Now, I mean, that was a fight that most people I thought would be a little bit more, would be competitive because they were both undefeated, and Booker is talented. But apparently, I don't know what happened, but Ammo didn't waste no time. Because I know Ammo at times when he has struggled, he has struggled with some boxers. So he just like, you know what? I'm just gonna hit this nigga, man, until he starts wobbling.
I thought it was gonna be a better fight of the weekend. I thought it was gonna be one of the better fights of the night. I mean, it was a dominating performance, but I expected a little bit more competitiveness there.
Yeah, we all did too. But I know Booker. I have a feeling Booker kind of lost a step because he did towards like Achilles, and he hasn't looked really steady since he did that. And it was sad too because dude clearly just needed to take a knee, at least do something so he could stay in the fight. But dude just kept on absorbing fades on the ropes, and and he would have, if he didn't like fall into the ropes and trip, he probably would have been knocked out standing. It was just bad. It was just hard to see that, But
he got pummeled.
Yeah, exactly. It was like he didn't move. He didn't try to hold. He just Ammo just been there and just like pummeled him, and
he just took the ass whooping. Yeah, he just took the ass whooping, man. Like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Ammo. I'm high on Ammo, and I'm glad he bounced back from the mental shit. I mean, he looks like a future champion. I don't know. He looks like he got potential. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say out of all Eddie's signings, I mean, dude probably has like the highest potential right now because I think now he's actually starting because I mean, we can actually start really pushing him into some real significant fights. I mean, dude right now is at the point where he's beating the people that that are actually like at that level. I don't know if you want to call them journeyman level, like the high level journeyman, or like they're young prospects or contenders like he is. So he's getting to that point.
Yeah.
Should he get the Rosado test?
Hold on. You said Rosado? Wait. Which Rosado? Hold on.
Gabe.
Stop.
What?
Dude, look. I'm sorry. We gonna stop giving the same nigga check after check to be the test for everybody. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Gabe Rosado's cool, but like, there's some other guys in there who could test his kid. So Booker was supposed to test him. And
Booker was supposed to test him. Yeah.
A lot of people was looking forward to this fight. He made a fight that people look forward to. Into like a showcase bout, like he dish ragged you. So you got to put him in there with somebody tougher than Booker. Like,
and Booker was undefeated.
Booker was undefeated. Yeah, he was undefeated, and he's it's not like he was a chump,
Yeah, so, that's the thing. It's like what people used to say, what Roy Jones used to say, like, y'all say I never fought nobody. I'll just make them look like nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, if you make an undefeated guy who's supposed to be your biggest test, if you're doing that to them, it's safe to say, like, you low-key a rob.
Right. And you just gotta hope that Eddie keeps his momentum going. Like, because he's at middleweight right now, so like I said, just give him a couple more high-profile fights, and put him on the main card. I think he's ready. No more pre.
I actually thought that was going to be on the main card. Like,
same here too.
Guys, what the fuck he doing?
But the one fight I thought would have probably been on the prelim card, but was the opener of the main card was it Galal Yafai? And he's one of Eddie's signings, and they're really trying to push him. Like, obviously a talent. Dude was in the Olympics in 2016 and everything like that. And
they've been trying to push him for a while. It feels like.
Yeah.
But dude's already fighting 10 rounders. Like, dude, he's had 2 fights. He's fighting 10 rounders. Like, so like they're really trying to push him. Like, his first fight, if he won by stoppage. And the second one too. He just overwhelmed this dude, Miguel Cartagena, whatever you want to pronounce it, as a fight. And one thing you notice about your fight, like, dude's work rate and power is kind of crazy. Like, dude is a non-stop punching. Like, he doesn't take up step.
He one of those Matias.
Yeah, like.
Yes, it's dangerous.
Yeah,
every hand's boxing you up.
Yeah, and he busted dude up like that. Like it was only 2 rounds, but dude looked like he took like a 5-round, 6-round ass whooping. Like
that type of Savannah Marshall punishment. Right?
Yeah.
She just put hands on you for like 30 seconds, and it's like feel like it was 2 rounds with it like that.
Yeah. Like so. I mean, honestly, that set the shit off. Like to set the card off right. And then, we got the first undisputed fight of the night with Franchon Cruz DeZern and Elin Cedros, man. And this fight was so interesting because first of all, DeZern, one thing about DeZern, she loads up her punches so much, but Cedros, for whatever reason, did not want to move her head about anything. Like I've never seen someone get clocked over and over again with wild overhand rights,
hard, wild. And I wouldn't even say they was wild like that, because they was finding their mark. Usually, wild looks wild. Like these are just landing too clean for me to say wild. so I'm not gonna say wild. Wild. When you say wild, you're usually missing like how Dylan White was trying to miss on Fury. How Wilder was missing on Fury in the first fight. Like that's wild. Like.
It was
wilder, but I mean, you feel me? But I'm just like Mayorga wild. Like this shit was like landed too fucking flush. Like
I was like, you don't see them shit. I mean, they're not like she's not like she's disguising them like behind the jab or anything like that, or hand speed is anything crazy. Like she telegraphs them shits, and Cedar's just sitting there. Her tall ass is just taking these shits, and she got busted up. Like it was like her face was a crimson mass, like everything, her nose, her mouth. She was
knocking blood off her. Like even Barry Hunter was like, "Oh, stop with the overhead right, just a straight down the pipe, like boom." It's like he just, I don't know. Sometimes when somebody's too easy to hit with a certain shot, you're just gonna spam it. Yeah. So I get it.
Yeah, and honestly, I was expecting her to drop because she was catching them so flush. Like, and the zone has the zone has some of the craziest slow mo or close up camera work, man. I remember in the corner, like they showed a shot of the zone landing one of them overhand rights. You see all this blood just fly out of Cedros' face. Like it was just nasty. I was like, God damn.
That was like serial killer type. That was like sadness, like going.
Yeah.
If only her, and I was there, if only she didn't throw her left hook so wide, because she was throwing it with bad intentions, but she kept cuffing every time. Like she couldn't land it properly.
And she was like, if she was landing it on the fucking knuckles, she would have knocked her out. She was landing them Jeff Lacey, Thurman, Florida cuff left hooks.
Yeah.
But shit is fucking annoying because the niggas who land the cuff hooks, they're the ones who always get the free left hooks the most.
Right.
They get the openings for the left hook the most, but they never throw the left hook correctly. So that's the annoying shit about it. You'll never see a motherfucking Felix Trinidad get a goddamn 20 openings for left hooks.
Hell no.
You'll see a motherfucker whose left hook is like, it's alright. Yeah, they'll get them all day. Anybody who got a great left hook, you never see it before the opening. Like, they be able to work that shit.
Yeah, and in fact, they said just like it wasn't things like besides her not moving her head or whatever. I mean, she tried. I mean, she tried to jab. She jabbed, and she wasn't turning over her punches either. Her right hand wasn't. She was kind of slapping with her right hand a little bit. Wasn't really turning it over.
Pushed a lot of shots.
Although every once in a while she would turn over just a little bit, and you can see DeZern get stunned, and start backing up because she got hit. It's like what? And then but she would never follow up with the right type of punches.
And then she got worn out by just getting hands. Like it's hard to them. That's why defense is so important, because if you get beat up throughout the fight, it's hard to capitalize when your opponent gets tired or you land a good shot, and you want to have that extra little bit in your engine to kind of take advantage and land 3 or 4 more. But you go forward, you take 2 steps, and then your body start aching because your body start remembering the 8 rounds you took an ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and that shit kept happening like throughout the fight.
Yeah, I mean, shit was kind of crazy though. But I'll give her. Cedros had heart to stand in there and take that ass whooping because it was just getting bloody. But and like I said, just for the fact she didn't drop though. From taking like because like her face was just a mess. Like nothing was.
They could have stopped it though.
They could have, but then also I also feel like Cruz Dezern, like if she just threw some combinations, there's one thing she doesn't do. She doesn't throw a lot of combinations. Like if she actually if she put more than one punch together, she probably could have forced a stoppage.
But that's what King P was talking about with the left hook. Like she was getting the left hook, like she was doing the right hand left hook combo. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times she was cuffing with the left hook, so the left hook didn't have the effect. It was more like you get a nice right hand and a mean slap. And all the slap is just knocking blood on the people. Like you ain't really like bow, like you're like bitch, like come on. Oh, hold on. Shout outs Henny God Slick, what it do. Oh, shout outs Texas Made, the realest. Was good to the channel. Was good to the panel. New to the channel. Oh, you got bars.
Yeah. That's
hold on, Texas, right? And you say the realest. This ain't the realest. This ain't the rapper realest, is it? Like, unless you a fan.
Yeah, but still,
that's just crazy because to see that. So but what's up, man? Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, welcome. You know, Henny got obviously. He's Yeah, man, we hit 1,000 subs, man. We trying to hit 2,000 and 3,000 and 4,000, man. We trying to grow, bro. Yeah. I should have let off with that, but we got so excited talking about this boxing, though. But yeah, man, we did hit 1,000. You know, and like it trust me, it has been a journey. Like, you know, I mean, I if you know, like from the actual beginning when Ring Gang started,
2018.
Yeah, 2018, and then all the stuff that that's went down. I mean, and one day we'll probably do a cast on everything like that. You know how everything formed and how everything changed. You know, but yeah, it's
origins.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely hitting 1,000 was cool, man. But yeah, we trying to get 2,000, man. We trying to grow, man. You know, we got the shit that people want to hear. You know that they're not hearing from anyone
get
else.
That Twitter to 1,000, like you got Twitter to 1,000. That Twitter's like
exactly, yeah.
Been 9 something for like a minute, like. Help out that Twitter.
Yeah, no doubt.
Spread love. It's the Ring Gang way.
Yeah, facts. Oh man, no, but yeah, man, like yeah. I mean, shout out to Cruz Dezern though. Like she won that fight. She won it clear. She won it. She's the first undisputed champion at 168 for women's. For women. So it was good to see. And if you know Cruz Dezern, like her journey because she had some real bullshit. I mean, obviously the hair incident, and then her fighting the roided up chick, the ones on that test, voice deep as fuck.
Yep. Jimenez.
Yeah, I needed that rematch on the street.
Yeah, yep. Man. Yeah, then that, of course, then having to fight to get her belts back, and then Oscar, she was with Golden Boy too, so Oscar didn't really make her a priority, and then she was in this fight that was originally on the Twitter lineup, under Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos too, which means Triller really fucked up because Triller had a dope card in lineup, and all the fights that happened that was supposed to be on the card have all been flames. Have all been good to flames. Like Triller really fucked up their boxing momentum.
These niggas literally had like the power gauntlet, the infinity gauntlet for fights,
and lost all the stones.
Yep. All the fights got scattered out and turned into great fights somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly, and it's fucked up because they still trying to, but yeah, they lost their momentum. Because
Triller had all the Dragon Balls, and someone else made the wish for him, and they all shattered and went to stones and flew off.
Yeah, that's
yeah, pretty much. Something like the Raleigh movie.
Yeah, so that's why I'm happy for Cruz Dezern because she had a journey, man. So like now she signed to Eddie.
I always like Cruz Dezern. I still think, to me personally, that her fight with Clarissa Shields is probably my favorite Shields fight.
Yeah, because they tore each other up.
There. Yeah, that was a good ass fight.
Yeah, like they came in there and they threw hands at you. At this point, one of the rare times I see Crew actually really throw some combination because those two were ripping each other with some shots. And they're
Well, look, if you fighting Clarissa Shields, you got to do combinations. You're not gonna beat her with no one shot at a time.
Yeah, I guess so because they were motivated. I was like, God damn, and that was their debut. Still, I was like, God damn. Yeah, these they really throwing so yeah. Cruz's turn will make for some fun fights. Under Eddie's banner. So yeah,
I tell you, get the best two-way fights from Americans or on this side of the pond, man. When it comes to women boxing, for the most part,
facts.
Not saying like every single time, but because when you start matching them up with these foreign fighters that no one heard of or whatnot, it's usually some one-sided shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or they be scared to engage.
Yes. Facts. Oh man, though, but yeah, no, that's and then like I said, it kept the momentum moving with the co-main, and this was a fight that I was anticipating. I think a lot of people were anticipating. Of course, we're talking about Jesse Vargas versus Liam Smith. Now, I mean, obviously,
Vargas.
Yeah, and obviously, if you follow Jesse Vargas. One of the most disappointing things is Jesse Vargas, although, prior to, think he was a decent guy, but dude has some rather controversial politics, especially, for someone who's Mexican and a lot of Mexicans were not happy with some of the shit that he was talking about.
Yeah, he definitely a sellout. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean.
Uncle Juan.
Uncle Juan. Yeah, it was amazing too how comfortable he felt spitting that type of shit. I was like, "Yo, aren't you Mexican? What are you talking about?"
Yeah, that shit just kind of took me by like.
And then it got even worse.
Surprised.
It got so bad. Like he made a fool out of himself at every turn. And then once he started talking about like attacking all critical race theory, I'm like, okay, now all right, now you really gone off.
Yeah,
I blame the Broner fight because. That's when he started wearing suits and putting on black hitman gloves and shit.
The gloves and shit. Yeah. He's basically Mikey Garcia's son in more ways than one.
Yeah.
All of them, but you remember he took like bad punches in the last 6 rounds of the last 3 fights he's had. Like,
yeah,
he was getting rocked and hurt against Broner in that second half.
Did Mikey drop him? I thought he dropped him.
Mikey fucked him.
Mikey gave him an ass whooping. Mikey did drop him. He just couldn't stop him.
And Delorme was putting hands on him too. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you add up the punishment this guy didn't have from the second half of his last 3-4 fights, like.
Yeah, even his last win against Roberto Soto, like, dude was cut badly from legal ass punches from Soto. And Soto was done.
Yeah, Soto was putting hands on him, and Soto was done. Like,
yeah.
But so you could go all the way back to damn like Jesse Vargas always has some hard fucking fights. He's another one of these Canelo, Katie Taylor niggas who couldn't lose a decision. Like,
yeah, I mean, you really have to whoop his ass. Like, I mean,
it was but one judge had him a draw with Pacquiao.
No, that was a unanimous decision. Like, I mean, one judge.
I mean, they know it was. They had.
That was Tim Bradley. It was a Bradley fight, right?
They had Vargas close with one judge had that like 115, 113, and he got dropped.
Yeah, no, it was 114, 113. Yeah, it was. And
that's it.
Yeah, and the only reason why is because Pacquiao gave him dropped him in the early rounds, which is the reason why he won on that card.
And dude, it's like you there's no way you could tell me fucking that fight was a 114, 113.
Right.
Like, come on. So it's like. And Vargas made good fights, but yeah, that shit he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. We was just kind of waiting to see him get his ass whooped, and
right. And
we got it. He delivered. We got it.
It's funny because when I was there, I was like surrounded by Irish people, and I'm just like, "Fuck Vargas," and then they're all just laughing. They're just looking at me like, "Tell them why you mad." I'm like, they weren't expecting me to be rooting against Vargas.
Yeah. I mean, I will say still, Jesse Vargas though. He's fought a lot of heavy hitters and had never been stopped. But like I said, like LB said, man, like sometimes it's just a lot of mileage, and of course the fact that he hasn't been active either. So like, I mean, so then you enter Liam Smith, who has been on kind of a roll barring the robbery he got in Russia last year. I mean, but then like honestly, ever since the Munguia fight, dude's been on the up and up. The Munguia fight was a brawl. Like I just got watched that like last week. I was like, God damn, like this
Don't
shit-
let white hair fool you. He's only
forgotten
33.
fade.
He's only 33. He looks like he's 50 with the white hair, but he's only 33 years old.
Dude, he don't even say gray hair. He said white hair, like he a fucking wizard or something. the wizard of pressure fighting, because he put that fucking pressure on Vargas, and
Make Liam Smith great again.
yeah.
yeah,
And I'll say
he
both-
did.
Yeah, I mean, both of them torch. This shit was bloody. Like both of them, I think, cut each other with legal punches. Like, I mean, there were headbutts, but I think all the punches were like all the cuts were all legal punches. Like, yeah, but Vargas, I think, but this is where Vargas, Father Time caught up to him, and it was lovely. Like I remember on Twitter, I was arguing. People was like, "They should stop him." I'm like, "No, of course not. No, he needs.
Let it go.
Yeah, let him catch some more hands. Let him, like he needs to get his mind right. The punches will help.
I need one of those framed cappuccino, like nah, let this shit go.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I need a smoker, like nah, let it go. I don't care if he's wobbling all over the place. Fuck that.
Yeah, Liam Smith though, like I mean, dude looked. I mean, he was getting hit too much too, but dude was on a mission. Like he kept on backing him on the ropes. Like Vargas was getting hit with all these uppercuts on the ropes. Yeah, he was trying to
find right hands, everything.
Yeah, he was trying to find dude's liver. Like he found dude's liver a couple times. You can see Vargas not really liking it, and then Vargas was trying to do the same thing, but he kept on missing the liver shots. He was trying.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, man, not everybody could be world class, elite level boxer and do politics. Like, should have learned that from the Pacquiao ass whooping, but guess he didn't.
Yeah, no, we did. And then Donaire was on there again. They were making a big thing. Oh yeah, Donaire's training him. You're like, I mean, you're not Donaire.
So that's the worst part. Donaire took a L by association. Like,
he sure did, because they were talking, and then Donaire was like, no, I'm not planning on stopping the fight. And then as the fight gets near the end, it's like, look, you gotta do something. Just
we gotta stop the
fight.
Yeah, that shit had me rolling when that part came. I was like, yo,
yeah,
but you changed your mind.
But that 10th round stoppage though, when Jesse was like rocking it wrong around the ring or whatever, I think Willis probably stopped it just in time before Vargas actually did go down to the canvas. And
you say 10 rounds, but that fight didn't even feel like it went 10 rounds.
No,
that fight felt like a 6 rounds.
Yo, for real.
That was the fastest 10 round fight I've ever seen.
Facts though.
That shit was at like a Matias pace.
Yeah, and it's definitely rare that you see a British fighter, especially a Smith brother, get that type of reaction that he got. But he got a fucking reaction at that stoppage. Crowd was just like, yeah, like you heard them, like, and Irish cats, he's not even Irish, but they were chanting their asses off, like it was nobody's business.
I mean, because you got to look at it because the UK, it's not even a Scottish, Ireland, England. It's like they look at it how it's like, oh, he black, like it's all of us, like
right.
So they look, it's like UK, like yo, you came across the pond. I don't care what country you repping, but you over here in America, so it's UK against America. So I get it.
Yeah, and I mean, dude probably got the win of his career, and dude is a fucking former world champion himself. So it's like, beating.
Honestly, let's just say like Beefy's the best in the Smith family. Like we wanted it to be Mundo, we wanted it to be Caleb, but no, it's like if Beefy had Caleb's like size and talent, man. But then he makes up for it with the grit and the intensity. Because he like what Eddie said the other day, he fought it was Tony Bellew, like Smith fought Canelo like he had a chance, like he really tried to win that shit.
Right.
These motherfuckers come fight Canelo like it's like I got this payday, okay. Yeah.
Right, I said I make it look good, and I go collect this $1 million check or whatever, and then
that's why people want to be seeing Canelo fight these guys like Liam Smith. like the Charlos and the Benavides, because those are the type of dudes that they trying to win. Like, ain't no boxing shit with these dudes.
Right. Yeah,
But we'll get into that a little later.
Yeah, that co-main, it was a great fight. I mean, it might be a low-key fight of the year itself too, if you want to call it that. I mean, because
let me ask y'all real quick. What fight y'all find better between that and Lubin Fondora?
Shit. Hold on, wait. Lubin Fondora, like.
Yeah, I like Lubin Fondora. I mean, by a little bit more, and I think both of them are. But I mean, like I said, Jesse Vargas getting his ass whooped the way he did was wonderful.
There was satisfaction there. Yeah, there's some satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing too. Like nothing pass up a good satisfaction from an ass whooping. Like when you wanted someone to lose and they lose bad the way you wanted them to lose, like that's a good feeling, man. Like, come on.
Right. You know, yeah, and that shit was, and that's what, but you know, Lubin Fondora, like I said, I felt sorry for Lubin because Lubin really took a horrible ass whooping.
And he was climbing back. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And he was climbing back. So dude took several steps back, you know. But either way, like I said, but either way, like Smith and Vargas was a hell of a fight.